What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of TLG Plays, our weekly gameplay show where we play something, we give you our impressions of it. My name's Seth, and on this episode, we're going to be playing the pre-alpha version of Titanfall 2. Now, Titanfall 2, of course, is the sequel to the original Titanfall, which had people kind of divided on if they liked it or not. Titanfall 2 promises to bring back the multiplayer that everybody loved from the first game, but also bring back a single-player campaign that is one of the things people were complaining about the most about the original game. Now, I played the original game, and I liked it a lot. It's made by the guys who originally worked on the original Call of Duties, which are the best Call of Duties, and they moved over and started making this. Without talking too much about all the details of that. And I really liked the first game, but I do agree, even though at the time I didn't, that I really would like to know more about this world. So I'm excited for this game to come out and its single-player campaign. But is the multiplayer still good? I think so. I'll play a match here in case you guys didn't play this or not playing it or not interested in, but maybe want to see some of it. A couple things I've noticed early on is I think the game does look better. I'm playing it on PS4. To be transparent, I played it on PC originally, so that is slightly different already. But I do think I would prefer to play on PC still. I think there's a lot of things that they've kind of not a lot of things, but they've added a couple things that make me want to play it on PC again. Namely, the grappling hook. They've added a grappling hook into this game, and aiming it with a stick is kind of annoying. Other than that, the gameplay feels almost identical to the original game, which is good and kind of bad. Not bad, just kind of meh. I like the familiarity. It feels, like a franchise, which is great. That's what they need. But at the same time, I'm playing this, and I feel like I'm playing the first game again. Now, this is pre-alpha, so there's a lot of things that kind of feel incomplete. They warn about that early on, and that doesn't bother me too much, but I do every once in a while notice, lack of sound effects sometimes, or, I don't know. Surprisingly, it plays really well. I haven't seen too many things wrong with it for it to be pre-alpha. I don't know if they're just saying that or not, so they can just be like, well, you didn't like that. That's because it was pre-alpha. But, who knows? Now, the gun I'm using is an LMG, apparently. It doesn't feel like one, but it's an LMG that uses energy rounds, and the way you reload is essentially using too much energy. If you use too much, you have to go through a lengthy reload cycle. If you shoot and then let it cool down, you don't really have to reload as often. You more so go through shorter reload cycles. It's my favorite weapon so far in the game. I tried SMGs and they just were not doing it for me. I did like the speed aspect though of using SMGs, but it just the output of damage just was not there, or the distance. This gun is somehow kind of feeding my need for an SMG, and it's not an SMG, so that's kind of an interesting thing. I'm using a speed boost that also heals you. It's good for running up on people, but also running away from situations where you're about to die, and kind of gives you a second chance. Come on, bitch. One thing about this gun is the projectiles move slowly through the air, so you gotta kind of time it almost like you're shooting an AA gun at a fucking airplane or something. Get in there. And as always, with the Titanfall games that I've played so far, the two of them, traversal over terrain is fucking smooth like butter, man. It is really fucking good. I don't think anybody has it on lock like these guys do. I do things I wanted to do mentally, but I didn't think I could, and I did. I'm like, well, fuck, that worked. Really, really cool. I was mentioning also earlier that there's a grappling hook in the game now, and the grappling hook's an interesting feature because it does pull you up to higher areas, but it's slow. It's slower than actually running up there yourself, which I think is a cool balance to it. The thing I like about the most, though, is it's it seems like it's more so meant for going around corners. So say you're running on a building and you're jumping at the corner of another building. You put the grappling hook at the corner, and all of a sudden now you're able to go from one wall around to the next wall seamlessly. It kind of keeps the flow going, and if you're good with it, I feel like you can be super mobile. Like I said, I would like to mess with it some more, but I think I'd prefer it with a... Whoa! I think I would prefer it with a mouse and keyboard. Okay. I'm not doing too bad. Right now I'm just doing deathmatch, so we might not... I don't think there is mechs in deathmatch, to be honest. So if you're watching it for that, I apologize. And then I also have these ticks, which are these little discs I throw that turn into these little droids that run around and look for things to blow up on. They're pretty cool. I like the way they actually like jump over terrain, and their animations are great. I wouldn't expect anything less from these guys. Let's see what else I got going on. I have smoke grenades with electricity. I'm actually a really big fan of these. They have normal grenades, but with grenades you have to kind of time it perfectly. You got to throw them, make sure a guy who's running on walls and shit's going to be there for the explosion. Whereas with these, they work as a smoke grenade, which I like because I love being able to kind of control and have mobile cover, you know, like so people can't see you. But they also have the electricity aspect. Oh, I see you, motherfucker. And so they have the electricity, and they do damage over time, but it's not like in a lot of games where it's just like pitiful damage. It actually will kill a dude if they stand there for a couple seconds. But it also is enough time for them to get the fuck out of there. So I think it has a really good balance. And it's also a really good, like, almost like bunker buster type thing, where if someone's like hunkered down, you can just throw it in there and they have to leave or they're going to die. Has multiple uses, which I love. I love utility in games. Oh, shit. Where the fuck did he come from? So I'm a big fan of that. Wish I could get a sight on this weapon that was not an ACOG. I unlocked a scope for this gun, and it was an ACOG. I'm not a big fan of ACOGs, so I had to go back to the default one. But it's in pre-alpha, so I don't think they have everything released just yet. Fuck. Yeah, I wanted to throw that to kind of show it off, but I should have shot that guy. I also like the level design so far. There's a lot of ways to traverse the level. They did a really good job on designing it for their type of gameplay, without making it look like it's just like this pre-made like arena, if that makes sense. Who the fuck is this dude just hanging? Oh, dude, Draxter's the only guy that kills me. Now, I have played a couple modes other than this. They only have 3 right now. One is pretty much Battlefield, you know, capture 3 objective areas. The other one is Deathmatch, which I'm liking so far the most because I just kind of wanted to get good at killing people, and that's what... Fuck. I've heard Draxter. Oh my god, Draxter. What the fuck? And then they have a new mode where I think you have to kill people, accrue points, and then drop it off at a location, similar to the mode that just came out in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 that I thought was a brand new idea, but these guys also released it, so I'm wondering where that came from. Okay, I'm gonna have to take care of that area. Fuck, that's driving me nuts. I'm wondering where that idea came from, because it seems like two major games just popped that out, and one's been out longer than the other, so I don't know where it came from. But I played it a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's kind of cool. It's fresh, but at the same time, it's not really a mode I'm too excited about. Assist my ass. So, and where I was going with that, I keep losing myself here, is I tried mech combat, and like I said, I played this originally on the PC, so I'm not really too used to the controls yet. This on foot plays like Call of Duty, so that's no big deal. And the mechs are still pretty straightforward. but I still would like to get a little more seasoned with it on PS4. But they're cool. It feels a lot like Titanfall 1, the original one. Wow! But they've added more animations. One I thought was really neat. If you haven't played the first one or the second one, when a guy's almost dead in their mech, you can run up and melee him with your mech, and there's these cool animations where you like reach in, grab the guy, and fucking throw him, which I always thought was really neat. But I saw one in this one where the mech walked up and grabbed the other mech's arm because the other mech swung at him, ripped it off, and then shoved his gun inside of his cockpit and started unloading. And I was like, that was pretty cool. But overall, still feels a lot like the last game. I need to do a little bit more just so I can have a better opinion on it. Apparently we won. Apparently I went from 2nd place to 5th place, which is great. And now we gotta do the epilogue, which if you're not familiar with Titanfall, when you lose a match, you have a chance to escape. A dropship comes, but the other team is trying to eliminate you. And when you're dead, you're dead. It gives you a bonus if you make it, and if you don't, well, you already lost. So get your experience, move on with your life. It's a really interesting element that Titanfall has offered, or came up with. Ow! I think I just killed myself like an idiot. It's a really interesting thing that they've created in an FPS to kind of like change the monotony of just running around shooting each other. It almost adds this new element of strategy of, when you're trying to get to your ship, sneaking around and trying to get there at the right time and not get murdered. Whereas when you're the defending team, hunting these people down, trying to murder them. It's just interesting. It's also in all of the game modes. Let's see. We're at 12 minutes. I think I'm going to wrap it up there, though. I mean, like I said, this is pre-alpha. They're just kind of showing off the game, checking out the multiplayer. I would suggest this game to anyone who enjoyed Titanfall 1. Absolutely. It's pretty much the exact same game with more stuff, looks better. Anyone who likes FPSs, especially Call of Duty, fucking check this game out. Anyone like sci-fi stuff, if you can handle FPSs, check it out. I overall like it. Not, I think, any more than I like Titanfall 1. I'll wait to see what else they add and what they do with the single-player campaign. I mean, that's really, sadly, I've always been like, I need multiplayer and FPSs, but like the lack of it in the last game with such a cool-looking world, I was like, I want to know more about this world. So I think that's going to be a big indicator on if I like this game more than the last game or not. But overall, meets my expectations of what Titanfall should be. It's really fun, really cool. I definitely will be picking it up, but I'm not completely in love with it. So that's me being fair. It's awesome. It's fun. Blah blah blah. But let me know in the comments. Did you play this? Do you want to play it? Do you not give a fuck about Titanfall? Let me know. But that's gonna do it for this episode of TLG Plays. As always, thank you for watching. My name's Seth. Make sure to check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Tasty Game. Check us out on Twitch, Sleep Division. Check out our other episodes. We have plenty of them. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode or any other of our episodes. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. My name's Seth, and take it easy, guys.